It's a busy day here at Dotty Delightful HQ. I am in the middle of packing orders. As you can see, there's stuff everywhere. I've been sewing zines on the sewing machine, currently printing out a houseplant zine. The light is terrible today because it's pouring down outside. This is a little bit tricky one-handed. Pop that into there. So all my zines are either printed at home or I get them printed outsourced by a company called Inky Little Fingers, which make the best zines ever. I just want to show you these as well, the journaling sheets. These are available now on my Etsy. You get 3 sheets, aren't they cute? And you can use them in your journals, in your art books, wherever you want really. And they're all things that I've drawn and stamped. Ready for spring coming. We're all ready for spring, aren't we? It's Badger's down there by the radiator. That's his favourite spot at the moment because it's so cold. I don't know if you can see the rain. Look how dull it is outside. Come on, blue sky, come back. Look, this is my new art piece I've made. Snowdrop Girl. Isn't she beautiful? Oh, I love her. She's so lovely. From social media, didn't you? For a long time.
I know, and it's a bit tricky because I feel like a bit of a hypocrite because, well, not a hypocrite, but I tried to just stay off it for a while because it was so good for me. So good for me. And you know what? Now that I'm back on it, because I've got to go back on it because of my business, it's free advertising, it's the only way it's going to work. And also, it's not just about my business, it's, you know, we can talk about this in a bit, but it's like, because of the limitations of autism and all those sorts of things, I can't easily get out in the world and meet people face to face. And if I want to be a light in the world or be a supportive person or be a kind of a friend to people, online is the way to do it.
Yeah.
It makes sense. So I can make a difference, if that makes sense, that way. Even if it's a little difference, even if one person feels better from something I've said or shared on, it's worth it. So in some ways I kind of need to do that, as in it's a drive in me to do that.
I find it really tricky. Like for example, if I'm doing a painting, you know, like on my easel painting, like you know, not like a painting like this where it's just bits and pieces, but a proper one. I stopped to do some filming once, and it really broke me out of the flow, because when I'm painting, I feel like it's like a channel from like a you know, it's like a source channel, and it's almost like a meditation where you're completely in the zone.
Absolutely.
So to break it, to
film. That one of the videos I made about why I've given up social media, and it was like, one, I'm not for sale. It felt like that, you know, and two, when you're creating art, like you say, not this, we're just tinkering, and because we can, you know, whatever. But when you're actually creating, when you're channeling art, it's to have to stop, to film it, to be thinking about angles, to be thinking about somebody else receiving it, because when you're creating art, you're not even thinking about it being viewed.
No.
Not really, are you?
No, not at all. You're in the moment, aren't you?
You're in the flow of it,
yeah.
Absolutely.
So I just finished recording a video with Cooler from Handmade Dorset, who's my small business bestie, and for the past couple of weeks we've been launching videos on YouTube, and it's been lovely. We just sit and chat and create art and talk about all things spiritual, all things creative, all things small business, and they're just lovely videos to have your cup of tea with and just listen like a couple of besties in your home with you, or while you're making. Maybe you're a small business too, and it's quite lonely at home sometimes being a self-employed small business person. So if this is you, you might like to have us on in the background. We chat for at least an hour about all sorts of things, and we welcome your comments as well. So come and join us. We premiere each week on my channel called Dotty Delightful, and on Cooler's channel called Handmade Dorset. So come along and watch us. So I decided that my studio wasn't working in the layout that it was before, so I've now made it into zones. So I've got a zone for packing orders, for printing zines, a zone for painting and painting on my easel, and I've also got a zone for my computer work as well, and it's made it so much better. And having that daylight lamp has changed it completely. It means that I can work later into the night, which is perfect because I often do that after having a little nap in the day. So over here on my wall I have, oh look, I'm making a right shadow. I have these planners for the year that I did. Let me just move that light because that shadow is very annoying. There we go. Yeah, so I've made these planners for the year and I've stuck them on the wall to remind myself what I need to do when. I've also got a list of YouTube videos I'm going to make, and also my zine launches as well. And then over here I've got this affirmation chart that I say every day. I've got another one stuck in the kitchen as well, of my goals and stuff like that. And all these shelves are full of zines and things for sale. So all the zines are on here in baskets. I would like to find something else to keep them in because they're all plastic, but it's fine, you know. And I need to do a stock take very soon. This box has got all sewing things in it, and stuff like dye and threads and fabric and all stuff like that in it. So that's all sewing stuff. This one has got all my stickers on the top, and then inside all my tissue paper. I do love a nice tissue paper. They're for wrapping orders. This one is full of receipts. These boxes are full of all sorts of random art things. Oops, trying to get out of the way. So I've got a roll there full of paintbrushes, things like tape. Look at all the tape. Oops, my lino print cutters. I'll just put the lids back on that so I don't lose all the pieces. It's quite tricky doing this one handed. Things like my ruler cutter, boxes that things have come in that I might need for moving, glue dots, all sorts of stuff. So all the random kind of things that you have in your art studio are in these boxes. Just put that back in. That's off the silhouette machine. Another box here. So this is full of things like my Microscopic glasses, river water for painting with, my mask for when I'm doing spray painting, you know, all hole punches, all sorts. And this one's more of the same. So let me just pull that out a bit. This has got all printed bags in it, scrapbooking kits, boxes. Oh, it's quite heavy. My gel plate stuff, gesso, glue, big paintbrushes and things like that. So they're all in there, which is a tip, but I know where everything is. And then down there I've got all my envelopes, so sorry for my sleeve in the way then. I'm not very professional, am I? All my envelopes down there. And then I've got this movable trolley, which was my painting trolley in the first place, but then I got the other trolley. So this has got all things like pens and stuff that I don't use very often. It's got things like little boxes with push pins and sea pottery in, loads of card that I use for backing things, and if I need to paint on something I use that as well. And then we've got down here loads of bags that I got for when I had a shop and I've not used them. That box is full of morning routine stuff. That's full of washi tape down there. And then we'll move over here. It's a bit of a tip because my youngest son has been making a computer in this room, so it's different than it normally is. Oh, that's what I should have shown you. So in my boxes, you'll have seen this before, but I'm going to open them properly this time, if I can. So in this bit, I've got customs labels for posting abroad and stamps in that one. In this one, I've got stickers. In this one, it's bookmarks, and I've got these tiny little canvases that I got ages ago. They're so small, and I painted on them and I've done nothing with them yet. In here's all my business cards. So I designed these myself. So on one side it's like a business card with like your email and stuff on it, and then on the other side it's got a lovely quote, because my idea is if somebody gets one, they might stick it up with a quote on, but they'll still be reminded that it's from me. That's a top tip from me. If you're going to do business cards, make them a postcard size. And then in here are all the freebies that I send out with my orders, so postcards and stuff like that in there. And then in the bottom drawer is all my washi tape that I stick my orders together with, some stickers, some tags, things like that in there. So that's all in there. And then we'll come over here, and then this is my painting trolley. So this is what I was talking about before. This is a new trolley that I'd got from IKEA, and it's brilliant. It's so much more sturdy than that other one. And on here it's got all my art stuff. So it's got paint in it. It's got something stuck to my foot. Hang on, there's a wire stuck to my sock. This is because Chris has been doing his computer. That's dangerous, isn't it? It could have... Good job I had socks on. Don't know what that's off. It's not mine. Anyway, as I was saying, see, a normal person would have edited that out. So on here I've got like stencils and watercolour paper and stuff like that. More watercolour sketchbooks down there. I'll leave myself post-it notes all over, because if I move something, I forget where it is. And then in here is paint, like all my watercolour paints and sprays and glue and stuff like that. And this is really good because I can just wheel it about. And then in this box is all my stamping equipment. So that's for when I do fairs. It's a banner with my name on it. So, oh, that's where they are. I wonder where they've gone. So these have got all my alphabet stamps in, ink pads, all kind of stuff like that. And this, which is so cool. I always wanted one of these as a kid. You know what they used to have in the library? And it's got the dates on it and stuff. This one's from like the 80s, 70s and 80s. So that's pretty cool. And then in here it's a folder and it's full of ink stamper stuff, which is really cool. I need a better storage solution for these though, because they do get all like inky, you know, when you put your fingers in. So if anybody's got a better idea about how to keep your ink stampers, let me know. Then on my table I've got all my bits and pieces, and then in these drawers over here, this is where I keep... So these are all unfinished projects, unfinished art projects, so they might have backgrounds in them, bits of stuff that I've cut off, watercolours and things like that, that I'm going to use at some point. And then in this one, that's got things like, so this wooden thing that I've not painted. Oh, that's where all they are. See, this is the trouble. When you've got ADHD, right, every day's a bit like Christmas, because you forget you put things somewhere. And if I put them away, I totally forget they exist. So these are all my lovely art things that I've collected off other artists. And these go on my mantelpiece normally, but because it was Christmas, I took them all down and put them in the drawer. And then the other day I thought, I wonder where they are. Well, now I know. That's where they are. So in here is all my lino cut things. One of the first ones I ever did. What are they called? lino cut, I can't think of the word, but basically when I've carved them out, stencils isn't the word, but that drawer's full of those, all different ones. I'm going to do some more of that soon. And then this drawer is full of finished pieces. So these are all things that are listed for sale on Etsy and stuff. It's got all, you know, all that kind of stuff in it. And the bottom one is the same as well, but I won't pull it out because it gets stuck. And then up here I've got all my books, and it's getting a bit of a tip really. I need to tidy up. It's got like all my marigold petals and all my stuff I've collected from nature and stuff in it. And then under this table, which is normally tiny, is all my vintage suitcases. That bottom one was my dad's when he was in the army, and then I've got all these different vintage suitcases, and they are full of all sorts of stuff. And then down there's all my art sketchbooks that I've filled in. So that's a tour of it at the minute. And then if I move around here, you'll see at the bottom of these shelves I've got all these boxes, and they're just all sorts of paperwork and stuff in them. And I found this. Look at this that I found. Somebody had thrown it out. It's a glass cupboard thing, but it's got all shelves in it. And the only thing that's wrong with it is the gold things come off. Look, but I don't like that anyway. So I'm going to paint it. I'm going to get it and I'm going to paint it and do something with the bit that's missing, and then hang it on the wall. Wouldn't it be lovely? Oh, and I forgot this bit over here. So this is the top of my computer desk. So I've got all my notebooks and stuff in here. These could contain random things. I haven't got a clue. And then I've got this set of drawers. So in my drawers, oh, you're going to look in my drawers. I've got all notes off Tom. He leaves me love notes, which is really cute. Pocket cards. What's in there? Oh, other people's business cards that I've collected that I really like. They're all in there. And bits of badges and more playing cards. You think I play cards a lot, I actually don't. And then in here's all different bits of jewellery and things. Isn't that lovely? And then that's what Chris made me for, I can't remember what my birthday or something. I really like the feel of it. It's like a fidget thing to me when I'm doing stuff. So he comes out sometimes. Did I miss a drawer then? No. And then my tarot cards are in the bottom one. So I really like that little set of drawers. It's cute, isn't it? And then I've got this is another fidget thing which you can squish and pull and all that kind of stuff. So when I'm on long Zoom calls with other people, I have him in my hand and I'm always messing with him because it stops me from like rocking and fiddling with my clothes and stuff. And then my windowsill. This box is full of, let me just move some things. This is a diffuser which is really nice. Or a humidifier, I can never remember which is which. Where steam comes out of it. In here is all like random precious things. So I've got things like hands and feet, what my friend bought me because we couldn't stop laughing at them when we was out in Manchester. You put them on your fingers. Endless fun. And this little mole was made by my friend Penny. Look how beautiful he is. Isn't he lovely? Little moley, because she thinks I'm like a mole. So I've put all my precious things in here for now. He's got an acorn for a hat. I put all my precious things in here for now because I've been tidying stuff up and moving stuff about. And this is a toadstool my friend Gemma made me. Isn't it lovely? I like the feel of that as well. This is a music box from Paris. Tom won a competition. He's somebody that he knew went to Paris and he won a competition. So I can't actually play it one-handed. But sometimes I just play that and listen to it and imagine I'm in Paris. This is a Calais goddess that Black Paper UK made. So Kate from Black Paper, she's well good at making stuff. She made that. And then I've got a story. Now, in here's all letters and stuff. But I've got a story about this pig. So this is a pig that I made. I'm going to bring him up to the light because he's worth looking at in the light. Look at him. When I was 12 at school, I made this pig. And you can see on his bum, it says R Coop 1DB, which was the year one designer. Bennett was my teacher. She was called Mrs. Bennett and she was a craft designer woman. And I was so happy that I'd made this pig. I obviously loved the NatWest piggies. Look how fat he is. So that's what give me the inspiration. But she'd said, make sure you put a hole in all your work because otherwise it'll explode in the kiln. I did, as you can see, because I was a good girl. But Marcus Sewell, who I've always remembered his name will stick in my brain forever, didn't put a hole in his dinosaur and my pig's ears got blown off in the kiln. I was not happy. But I've kept him for all that time. He's the only thing I've got from childhood. And recently his foot got chipped off and I don't know how. It must have been when we moved house or something. And I've got RC on his feet, my initials. But yeah, so I've had him all since I was 12 years old. Isn't he lovely?